Hello musical friends, welcome. Today I'm going to share 7 tips for starting off your musical journey really well on the violin and viola as a beginner. But first, if you're new here, my name is Deanna and I'm a professional viola and violin player, and I'm the creator of the Vibrato Jumpstart course to help musicians learn vibrato as well as refine the vibrato they already have. I help aspiring violinists and violists improve their skills and reach the next level in their musicianship. So if that sounds good to you, make sure to smash that like button. First, we start off with a little perspective. We have to accept that this is a process. It can take months or years to start to sound the way that you want to sound, especially depending on how much practice you put in, the quality of that practice, and the quality of the information that you're getting from your music teacher. So you have to be prepared to be patient. What ties into this is understanding that the violin is one of the hardest instruments to learn. The reason for that is there are no frets. The intonation is not set, the tone is not set, much like a piano. If it's out of tune, it's not your fault. It's because the piano needs to be tuned, and there's nothing you can do to fix it, and it is absolutely not your fault if the intonation is not sounding great. On a violin, that's not the case. And tone is also harder to produce on the violin than many other instruments. If you were to just walk by a piano, for instance, you've never played it in your life and you just tinkled a little bit on the keys there, then you would be able to hear a beautiful piano sound from the beginning. But with violin, it actually takes a lot longer to start to be able to make a really beautiful, nice sound on the sound. So the violin is a really challenging instrument, and so I want you guys to have perspective there and to be kind to yourself that you are taking on something that is really rewarding, and it's a beautiful instrument to play, and it is so satisfying to play, but it doesn't happen overnight because it is a challenging instrument. I would suggest investing in an instrument starting at around $500 if that's possible. If that's not possible, then don't worry, you can still try to find a luthier around you that rents instruments where you can build equity and eventually buy your own. The third tip is to practice consistently. To make a practice schedule and stick to it is so huge. It's so important. And in that practice session, you want to practice deliberately, not just play the instrument, but think about what you did and how to fix it. Deliberate practice is a really, really important term in musicians' lives. It means that we are practicing in a way that we are taking things apart, almost like a scientist in a laboratory, to figure out how we made the sounds that we made, and then how we can reproduce that, or if we didn't like the sound, then how we can avoid making that sound, at least in this piece. Maybe in another piece, that sound will actually be really perfect. The next thing I want to ask you to do is to know your why. Why did you want to play in the first place? What inspired you to start to play? And to have a goal that ties into your why, a particular technique that you wanted to learn, was it a piece that you wanted to play, a certain performance that you wanted to schedule for someone? This is so important to know your why and to keep it in the back of your mind at all times as you're pushing through, whether you're having a good day or a bad day. That will keep you moving forward. Ooh, it's warm in here. Or is it just me? The 7th tip that we're going to discuss is the importance of having a growth mindset. This term comes to us from a psychologist, a researcher at Stanford University, Carol Dweck, who wrote a fantastic book about it, and I'm going to link to it below because it's so good. I just think everyone should read it. But basically, she defines that people with a growth mindset believe that they can improve their skills or their intelligence. They are motivated by challenges, and they see failure as a sign that they need to stretch their abilities. They are resilient and comfortable taking risks. She distinguishes them from people with a fixed mindset who believe the opposite, that talent and intelligence are assigned at birth, and that taking a risk only presents an opportunity to embarrass yourself. So a person with growth mindset is much more likely to buckle down and work on improving things when the going gets tough, rather than giving up on the instrument or music and feeling like there's no hope and things can't be fixed. This growth mindset, as you can see, is really, really important. And it's not important just for learning music, but it's important for everything in life that we have this growth mindset. So this tip is really, really important. It will actually keep you moving forward on the tough days and on the good days as well. So I hope you enjoyed these 7 tips. And if you did, please make sure to smash that like button, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy practicing.